that Toastmaster International Club proposed to start on our campus, and the people from the Toastmaster Club, they are eagerly came to our line, and they want to explain about the what is exactly the Toastmaster. As of now, I want to let you know what is the Toastmaster. It is nothing but US headquarter and a non-profit educational organization, and it promote all the students to get good communication, public speaking, and the leadership skills. These are all you can develop through Toastmasters. Okay, and they will elaborate how it could be processed and how the things will be taken forward in the VIT campus Chennai. Already in the Vellore campus, they are successfully doing this Toastmaster International. And the same thing they want to develop in Chennai campus also. And they are eagerly initiated from the 6 months back. They came to us, and they are ready to do the support to give the same success here also. So please, any doubt, you can clarify with them, and you can join the session, and let's go ahead with that. Sir, Mohan sir, hello.
Yes, ma'am. We'll take it forward.
Yeah, sure. Please.
Hello, yes.
Hello, good to go, sir.
Yes, hello, yes. Please go ahead, yes.
Well, I wish you all a euphoric evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to VIT Chennai Toastmasters Club demo meeting. I am Aloysius, the Sergeant at Arms for this meeting. 4 years back, when I was doing my final year UG, Toastmasters International came to my college, and then I had an opportunity to go speak up and give out my best. I was like a seed, and the Toastmasters International was like a fertile land, which was very supportive. That's who Toastmasters International it is. The mission of a Toastmasters Club is to provide a mutually supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skills, which in turn fosters self-confidence and personal growth. Just like how the movie Fight Club has certain rules, we also have a few. We kindly request you to mute yourself during the meeting and unmute whenever you get a chance to speak. The audiences are requested to refrain from crosstalk as it would disrupt the speaker. If any questions, please raise a virtual hand in the chat room window. Now, I have the honor to welcome the Toastmaster of the Day. Now, who's Toastmaster of the Day? He's a person called as an MC. For every show, there is a person called as an MC who is the anchor throughout the show, who's going to be telling you what each and every segment is. I have the pleasure to invite distinguished Toastmaster Mohana Krishnan. He is an avid traveler. He has traveled to over 20 countries. He is from, his home club is Norton LifeLock Toastmasters Club. He is working as a product manager in Norton LifeLock Incorporated. He is the immediate past area director of I1. And he is currently serving as the Division A director. Please welcome distinguished Toastmaster Mohana Krishnan. Over to you, sir.
Formal learning can teach you a great deal, but many of the essential skills in life are the ones that you have to develop on your own. Good evening, VIT. Thank you, Toastmaster Aloysius, for the introduction. It's my pleasure to serve as the Toastmaster of the Day today. The Sergeant at Arms, Aloysius, gave you a gist of what Toastmaster is, an MC and all those. Let me put it this way. To understand the importance of the Toastmaster Day, think about the Oscars. Yes, the Oscar award or any award for that matter. If the Oscars did not have a host, it would just be a bunch of people coming to the stage and accepting their awards. Just imagine how that would look, right? The nominations could play on a big screen, and the awards and performance could just be announced, one by one, by a guy behind the screen or the speaker. There would be no kind of mediator, no one hold the entire event together. And it's the same thing with Toastmasters, and that's where Toastmasters Day or TMOD comes into play here. And not to compare Toastmasters meeting with an Oscar award, but the example can draw a parallel here, right? So one other thing I want all of you here in this meeting to note down is all these jargons, or would call Toastmaster jargons. TMOD is Toastmaster of Day. If you do not understand something, please note it down. Feel free to ask it. When you get a chance at the end. So yes, let me explain the agenda for this meeting. Every Toastmasters meeting is divided into 3 different segments. The first segment is called the prepared speech segment, where a prepared speaker comes, delivers his project. When I say project, he has an objective. We have something called as pathways, which is the educational academics in Toastmasters. You will get to know more about it. So the prepared speaker comes and delivers his prepared speech and gets evaluated by an evaluator. The second segment is called table topics. This is the most fun-filled segment, folks. I'm sure you're going to enjoy that today. And last but not the least, we call it the heart of Toastmasters. It's called the evaluation segment, where the entire meeting gets evaluated, each role player and everything. This meeting being the first for you guys, and it's a special session. So we have an ad hoc, I would probably say a 4th segment, an educational segment for you to know more about Toastmasters. So yeah, and that's the agenda for today. We're going to have 4 segments. Before we get into the next proceedings, I'm going to introduce to another person. This person, or the role, is called the general evaluator. This person is a student currently doing her 3rd year BTech in Electronics and Communication at VIT Chennai. She loves to watch movies and a trained Bharatanatyam dancer. Currently serving as a Vice President Education and the incoming President of Solve VIT Toastmasters Club. Folks, let's click the clap icon on the Zoom and welcome Shraddha Shekri, the General Evaluator for the meeting. Over to you, Shraddha.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mohan Krishnan. Good evening, VIT Chennai, Toastmasters and guests present here today. I am the General Evaluator. In simple terms, my job is to evaluate the session as a whole, which includes all the role players. We have an amazing session planned for you today, as our TMOD explained, and towards the end of the session, I'll be making sure everything was up to the mark. Now, to help me and all the role players coming up today, we have something called the tag team, which is short for the timer, the hour counter, and the grammarian. These role players are present to help everyone improve in their public speaking. So first off, I would like to call upon our timer for today, Toastmaster Pradeep Daniel. Toastmaster Pradeep works at Norton LifeLock. He's the current VP Education and is the incoming president at Norton LifeLock Toastmasters Club. Over to you, Toastmaster Pradeep.
Greetings, Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. As timer, I will time the table topics, speakers, formal speeches, and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. Table topics speakers should limit their remarks to no more than 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. Those giving speeches should limit their remarks to their specific speech times. Like icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. Most other speeches, which is called prepared speeches, should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluators should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you, Madam Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pradeep. Next up, we have our R counter for today, Toastmaster Paushali, who's from Trueno VIT and is currently pursuing her BTech in biotechnology from VIT Vellore. She's an outdoor person and she loves going for long walks and traveling. So calling upon our R counter for today, Toastmaster Paushali, over to you.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Confidence increases the credibility of your speech. R counts disconnects you from the audience and makes it seem as though you're underprepared and nervous. The purpose of the R counter is to note words and sounds that act as verbal crutches and hinder your speech. As the R counter for today's session, I'll be looking for words such as well, but, so, and, like. I'll also be looking for filler sounds such as and repeats of words and phrases like well, you know. Follow these rules that I mentioned, and I assure you, your speech will stand out from the rest. I'll give my feedback towards the end of the session. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Paushali. And last but not the least, we have the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Priya, who is currently pursuing her BTech in ECE from Panimalar Institute of Technology. She loves reading books, gardening, and podcasting, and is a member of the Panimalar Institute of Technology Toastmasters Club. So let's call upon the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Priya, over to you.
Priya, you're on mute if you're still trying to speak. Priya?
Yes, am I audible? Sorry, there were some network issues here. Am I audible?
Yes, Priya, go ahead.
Sincere apologies for the network issues. A very good evening to VIT and fellow Toastmasters. There's no secret ingredient. To make something special, you have to just believe that it's special. Similarly, to make a great speech, you have to use your instincts and follow the basics of grammar. To make sure, I will be the grammarian for today. It's my responsibility to listen to your speeches and to make note of the grammatical errors, misusages, and misusages of the language and mispronunciations, etc. Also, it's my turn to it's my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day for this meeting is inception. INCEPTION, inception, which means an instance of beginning or a start. To put it in usage, the club has been very successful since its inception. I request every speaker to use the word of the day in their speeches, and when my turn comes during the general evaluation session, I will present the report. I will present the grammarian report. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. Before we begin, I would like to reiterate a few housekeeping rules. As the essay said, please make sure you're on mute at all times unless called upon to speak, and avoid crosstalk among yourselves. I would request everyone in the audience to turn on their video if possible to help encourage all the role players coming up on stage today. Apart from that, do use the reaction buttons provided by Zoom. You can either physically clap or show the thumbs up whenever someone uses the word of the day, or use the reaction buttons provided by Zoom for the same. And last but not the least, let's all smile for everybody who's coming on stage and stay till the end and encourage all the role players. I'll be coming at the end to provide my report. All the very best, everyone. Over to our TMOD for today.
Thank you, General Evaluator, Shraddha, and your tag team for explaining the roles and responsibilities for members. So yeah, I did talk about a few segments that are there in every Toastmasters meeting, and we're going to start getting into it. Let's get into the first segment. The first segment is called the prepared speech segment. Usually we have 2 or more speeches depending on the time that we meet. So as a demo meeting, we're just going to have 1 speech today. So who's going to deliver this speech or the project? He is a student currently in 3rd year BTech Chemical Engineering at VIT Velo. He is from Trueno VIT Toastmasters Club. He is a cheerful, jovial person, always looking for opportunities to express his ideas and talking to people. And I have to agree to it. I have interacted quite a few times. Yes. So the speaker for today is Toastmaster Abhishek Chowdhury. Before calling him onto the stage, we will have to hear from his evaluator to see what his speech objectives are. So to do that, I'm going to call this special person. She is a Toastmaster for over 5 years, 15 years of work experience. She is working as a senior manager at HCL, taking care of cloud security engagements. She is also the immediate past area director of Division G Toastmasters. Folks, let's click the clap icon on the Zoom and welcome distinguished Toastmaster Vidya Bhopal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan. That's wonderful introduction. So to my target speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek. Abhishek is attempting his level 2 speech from level speech 2. And the pathway that he has selected is presentation mastery. And the project that he is going to explore today is about understanding body language. The purpose statement goes like this. The purpose of this project is for the member to deliver a speech with awareness of intentional and unintentional body language, as well to learn, practice, and refine how he or she uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech. So timer, please note the speech length is 5 to 7 minutes. Over to you, Toastmaster Abhishek. All the very best.
So Toastmaster Abhishek, is it the action that desire, or is it the desire that inspire? Toastmaster Abhishek, the spotlight is on you.
Johnny. Yes, Papa. Eating sugar? No, Papa. Telling lies? Yes, Papa. No, Papa. Open your mouth. Ha ha ha. Till date, I still remember each and every line taught by my nursery teacher, Miss Nadia. Miss Nadia, my beautiful English teacher. Ever since then, my life then and my life now as a Toastmaster revolves around facial gestures, hand movement, and stage coverage. Sounds familiar, right? A very good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, and my dear guests. Now, speaking of body language, hand gestures, facial expressions, I have one thought to pose to you. That what if a person who doesn't have hands, won't he be able to inspire the audience through his words? Well, if you think he can't, let me add to your knowledge about Mr. Nick Vozicek, who is a renowned inspirational speaker who unfortunately suffers from a very rare disorder known as tetraamelia syndrome, due to which he lost his legs and his hands. But that didn't stop him from becoming one of the best influential speakers across the globe. Among his different quotes, I have one quote which is my favorite. If you can't get a miracle, make sure you become one. And this quote has indeed helped me get over all the minimas in my life. But I still ask you, do we really need someone to inspire us? August 15, 2016, time 7:07 a.m., Independence Day. I was on my way to school to attend the Independence Day parade, stuck amongst the traffic, cars hanging on the top of their levels, people screaming at the top of their voices. I could hear one distinct sound. Raju? Raju? I peeked out of the car window and I see a lady who is mostly in her mid-40s searching for her son. I turned my head at an acute angle and I see her son sitting on a brick and knitting the tricolor. But he didn't have a leg. One thing surprised me, that he was giving the tricolors without charging any money. Out of curiosity, I went up to him, picked one tricolor up and asked him, "Hey, why are you charging any money for the tricolor?" He replied, "ये मेरे देश की संपत्ति है, ये मेरे देश का गर्व है, इसे मैं बेचने का सोच भी नहीं सकता." Which roughly translates to, "This is the pride of my nation and I cannot even afford and think about selling it." So, hearing this, it felt as if I'm talking to the soul of a freedom fighter. And that too from just a 10-year-old boy. I took 4 flags from him, not because they were for free, but to mark as a memory of meeting such a true patriotic person. I've continued my journey to the school, did my Independence Day parade. On my way back, I decided to give that boy a little treat as a fellow Indian. I halted my car at the very same spot wherein I first met him. I searched for him, but I couldn't find him. Oh, I see his shelter over there. I hop to his shelter and I see that his mother was scrounging for a penny from her tin box. When I asked her, Tai means auntie. Tai, a small kid. Where? Small kid. What happened? I don't know. She started crying at the top of her voice as tears rolled down from her eyes. I didn't know what was going on. And one man held my shoulder and took me to the side. He told her son Raju met with an accident and he died. Died? He died? The boy whom I just met 2 hours ago is no more. Hearing that, my world turned upside down. When I got to know that he was distributing the tricolors, suddenly a breeze of wind came and took some of the tricolors with it to the speeding lane. Seeing this, the boy somehow hopped and went to the speeding lane to pick up the tricolor. He bended and he saw an SUV out of control approaching straight at him. He couldn't think of anything, but he crouched over the flag. The SUV ran past over him. And when his body was removed, you couldn't identify his head nor his legs. Seeing that horrifying sight, it felt as if it was his mother fainted on the spot. The flags drenched with the boy's blood. It felt as if a brave soldier took the bullet from the enemy's rifle, protecting his motherland. This incident had indeed inspired me to think about what true patriotism is all about. It indeed was an inception about that spirit of patriotism. We all talk about becoming leaders, having good communication skills, and most importantly, we have being Toastmasters, improving ourselves. And I'm sure that there is a true spirit of patriotism embedded in each one of us. You just have to look inside. And I want you all to promise me one thing. Grab a piece of paper and a pen and write down a sentence about how you can contribute to this motherland, so that when your ashes meet this soil, your motherland would be proud of you. This small incident changed my life, changed my thoughts and life about how you can contribute to your motherland. So tell me, Toastmasters, is it the action that inspires, or is it the inspiration that makes you desire? What do you say, TMOD? Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek, for that speech. The moment I saw the tricolor, you're waving the tricolor, it gave me goosebumps. I'm sure it did to, all of them. And it was to hear you today on this special day while we are doing this demo for the VIT Chennai folks. So thank you so much, Abhishek. So next up, as I said, three segments usually: special day, special people, special session. Yes, we're going to get into the special segment, as I mentioned in the beginning. As I mentioned, many of the essential skills in life are the ones that you have to develop on your own. And we are here today in a Toastmasters meeting to make sure that we develop those skills. What are we trying to do here? We are helping each other to become a better communicator, a better leader, and a better version of you. Yes. So, as I mentioned, it's time for a special session. And to deliver this, we have a special person. He is currently working in Ericsson as a senior manager in R&D function. This person is a Toastmaster since 2012. He was the second runner-up in the district finals of evaluation contest in 2017. He was also the district semifinalist in the international speech contest in 2018. He is also the current division champion of Division D in evaluation contest and was the immediate past area director of Area D2 Toastmasters. He is a blogger, violinist, and a father. His biggest inspiration is his 3-year-old daughter. Folks, let's click the clap icon in the Zoom app and welcome distinguished Toastmaster, Raghavan Sridhar. Raghavan, the spotlight is on you.
Thank you so much, my dear friend. Such an honor to be with you today. I am having a very special internet connection today. I am very sure my video is not it's not in top form. So treat this almost like a blog spot, right, or a podcast with a little bit of a video to help you just put name to the face. But let me ask you a question again. It's the most favorite question everybody's asking now. Am I visible and am I audible? Tell me an yes or no, please.
Very much, Raghavan.
Very much. Good. I hope it stays. I hope it stays this way. And I'm also going to try and share my screen. You need to let me know if you can see the PPT screen.
Yes.
All right. So let's start. Ladies and gentlemen of VIT, first year, right? First year of college, when everything in life seems to have taken a very new start, when the world itself, you're looking at the world with a very new perspective. Until now, you are a little bit chained by parents at home. Now you suddenly feel like you've gotten wings and you want to fly. And that's also a very nice time to be introduced to Toastmasters. So welcome to this magical world. What I'm going to talk to you today is about 5 art forms that I learned from this amazing forum and how it has taken me forward in my life, right? And that's what I'm going to share with you over the next 10 minutes. It's a journey of 10 years, actually. My first Toastmaster meeting was in 2010 when I had graduated from college and I was in my first company. Now it's 2020. I became a member in 2012, but my first meeting was in 2010. So it's a 10-year journey in 10 minutes. So let's see how I do that. Now, on your screen is one of my most favorite quotes. What got you here will not take you there, right? I'm now spoiling this entire slide deck. Give me a second. What got you here won't get you there. That's told by Marshall Goldsmith. But you know, my experience in Toastmasters taught me one thing, and it is what you get here will get you there, and that there is where you want to really be. Now, in your first year of college, you might have aspirations, you might have a lot of ambitions, you might want to, some of you want to become champions, some of you want to become athletes, some of you want to become speakers, some of you, most of us want to earn a lot and lots of money. And what you get here in this Toastmasters forum will eventually take you there. How did it take me to where I wanted to be? That's what's coming up in these next slides. Like I said, 5 art forms that I got here that will take me there. So what's the first art form that I learned from Toastmasters? The art of silence. Now I know some of you might just raise your eyebrows. Some of my Toastmasters friends also. Hey, Toastmasters is supposed to be this speaking forum, right? Where you learn about communication and leadership. No, that's what everything that Mohan has told you till now has been building up to that, hasn't it? Communication, leadership, how you speak, how you champion the world. But hey, the secret ingredient is silence. You know, you will see that as you grow, even in your own classrooms. The secret to scoring better marks is by being silent and being attentive when your teacher is teaching. Trust me, all my college life, I never used to touch my books when I came back home. Everything I did because I listened to in the classrooms. Think of this in any context, your relationship with friends, with family, with people around you, with your own bosses at work, eventually when you get there, with your colleagues, with people who you're growing up with. The more you listen, the more silence you breathe in your life, the better output you truly get. And at Toastmasters, you learn the value of silence more than anything else. In a meeting, take this meeting for example. Supposed to be the guest speaker, right? I speak for 12 minutes. It's a 60-minute meeting at least. The Toastmaster of the day speaks maybe the maximum. He speaks for 4 to 5 minutes overall. He's the Toastmaster of the day, right? He's the MC. 60-minute meeting, the maximum time anybody speaks is for 5 to 7 minutes. Why? Because Toastmasters is teaching you the art of silence. And with silence, you grow more and you will eventually learn how silence catapults you forward. So that's the first art form I learned, the art form of silence. And I call this the queen of all art forms. Next, the art of positive influence. You know, I can honestly make all of you jump down from the 3rd floor and make you think that it's the best thing to do. The entire world is doing that, no? We are making you write entrance exam after entrance exam, and we tell you it's good. We make sure you write all of your exams, all of everything that academics puts you through. We tell you they are important, right? And the most successful teachers, the most successful leaders, the most successful system is the one that makes you do what you must with a smile. Now extend this to home. If your mother and father, or both of them, or at least one of them, are able to make you do something that you absolutely don't like, right? Your heart is not there. But if they make you do it with a smile, how good will that be? What if you can make your friends, your circle, your own people do things with a smile? In Toastmasters, you learn the art of doing it. You know, Mohan made me come into this session on a Friday afternoon. When I think even now you saw, right, when I was sharing the screen, somebody had pinged me something related to work. But Mohan was able to bring me into this meeting and so many others with a smile on a work day. And he's making us do what we are doing right now, but he's making us do it with a smile. That's art of positive influence for you right there. Toastmasters teaches you how to be positive. It does that by putting you in extraordinary situations, by giving you assignments and tasks, by giving you outstanding scenarios to flourish in. And you learn by doing. There are Toastmasters and non-Toastmasters. And the difference is one set of people can influence the entire world very positively. You will become the movers and shakers of the world. That's the second art form I learned, the art of positive influence. Third perhaps the art form that is ruling today's world, the art of empathy, the art of being able to connect with people, being honest, being constructive, being sincere. Now, everybody is working from home or studying from home, right? So what has happened to this world? We have brought work home, not the other way around. So right now in this very room, my daughter is sleeping right next to me. She can wake up anytime. She can start crying or screaming, and I will be in any meeting possible. But then the people who are loved today are the ones that are able to understand and connect and say, hey, it's okay, family first. In Toastmasters, you learn the art of being empathetic, regardless of what challenges you're put in, regardless of what you are facing in life. That's art of communication also, right? Sometimes all you do is remain silent and just say, it's good, carry on. Sometimes you learn how to speak to somebody with clear words and bring them up, lift them up, really. You learn the art of effective and sincere evaluations in Toastmasters. So that's the third art form that I've really loved and learned from Toastmasters. Let's just do a quick check, right? What are the three art forms that we have seen till now? Switch on your mics and give me an answer. Now is also the time I'll quickly peek in to see the green card in front of me and understand I'm on time. But what are the three art forms? First art form,
art of silence.
Silence. Second,
Art of positive influence.
art of positive influence. I hear just one voice. It's okay, but yeah, somebody else
Art
too.
of
What's the third?
empathy.
Art of empathy. Lovely. What's the time? I am on. Timer, quickly. I don't know. But anyway, let me move on.
9
Let me
minutes.
move on to the fourth. 9
9
minutes. All
minutes,
right.
15 seconds.
Let me move on to the fourth. Thank you. The fourth and the art form that has really changed everybody's lives, right? The art of adapting. You know, this very meeting 6 months back would have happened face to face. And I would not have been asking, am I visible or audible? Of course, I would have been visible with all of my sides. This meeting would have happened with all of us breathing the same air. This meeting would have happened with each of us looking into each other's eyes. Whereas right now I'm looking at just a dot and I know it's your eyes I'm looking into. Everything has changed, hasn't it? College, first year of college, what does that mean? What does that stand for? Making new friends, having new experiences, sitting shoulder to shoulder with friends who will become your life, don't they? Even today, my college friends are the ones that make my life. This would have been the time of your life. I'm sure this still is, but the world has changed. And you know who are the first people who adapted to this change very efficiently? Toastmasters, because all of our meetings became digital. And we learned the art of speaking to the camera. We learned the art of influencing people positively. We learned the art of being silent in a meeting that has so much noise going around. We learned the art of being empathetic towards each other very quickly. Adapting to this digital world was a cakewalk for all of us. Of course, we had the systems in place. Pathways had come in. Our meetings, some of these long distance meetings, right? We had already been trying to do it over the internet. You know, even beyond all that, you take a meeting roles and responsibilities. A speaker would have spoken earlier, would have said, hey, you didn't use the stage well. Hey, your eye contact was missing. Hey, your vocal variety was not great. You could improve. Now we are like, okay, what do I tell a speaker? Because his vocal variety depends on his clarity of the mic, right? His eye contact depends on whether he's seeing that dot or he's looking somewhere else. Hey, his stage usage is practically the size of his room. And so what do? Then we adapted. We adapted to figuring out what are the different ways in which one can influence online, what are the different ways in which one can reach out, what are the different ways in which one can consume learning. Toastmasters teaches you the art of adapting, not just digitally. Every meeting, and you can write it down today, VIT Chennai. You can write it down. Every meeting you come in, you will see either a crisis or an overwhelmingly positive scenario. A crisis because 10 people would have signed up for roles, 5 of them would have backed out due to all honest reasons. And then now you have to run the show with only 5 people and 5 other people who know nothing of what they are doing, but you pull them in, make them do that role. Every meeting, a scenario like that would happen. Or you would expect 20 people and 70 people would turn up. You will not even have chairs to sit them. You will not even have space in that meeting room to accommodate them. And yet, your job in your life as a Toastmaster is to touch and transform lives. So, how do you do that? You will figure it out. And college is perhaps the best place to figure all that out. Either you will find your best friend is your biggest competitor in terms of contesting, or you'll realize that he or she has suddenly become a critic that you can't just handle. My God, you were friends with me till yesterday. Now, when I show you a speech, you're like shredding it to pieces. Why? You will learn to adapt to that life as well. Again, Toastmasters does that by putting ordinary people into really extraordinary situations. And it will be an amazing ride. It'll almost be like sliding down an amazingly snow-filled path. The exhilaration and the anxiety and everything. It's bound to inspire you sooner or later. The final art form is the most profound. And if you master this art form, you have conquered the world. It's the art of knowing yourself. What better time than at college to really start putting in the seeds to this art form, the art of knowing yourself. Who are you as a person? What are your capabilities? What are your capabilities? What can you do? What can't you do? Because right now, some of you, if not all, think one man can change this world and you could be that one man. Right now, you may think everything is possible. It truly is. But your thoughts are a little more stronger than some of the older guys, so to speak. Right now, you feel there's absolutely nothing between you and the peak of this world. Soon, you will start to realize, yes, one man can change the world, but he needs a team of people to buy into that mission to do that. You will realize, yes, there is no barricade between me and the peak, but I need some kind of tools to help me reach there. And you'll realize alone, that's not possible. And you need a team, or you need tools, and you need some things to develop within you to reach there. And Toastmasters really helps you learn who you are as a person, learn who you need next to you to reach where you really want to go. It will teach you what are the equipment you really need. It does that by putting you again in situations. For example, I know I can bring a smile onto your faces. I know some of you are already smiling, but I also know I can't make you roll on the floor laughing because I'm naturally light person. I'm not a humorous guy, and there is a difference. I learned that by participating in humorous contests and understanding, hey, the maximum I can do is make you smile, not laugh, which is the objective of humorous speech. That's just one example. There are millions more to go. So remember, the one who knows himself knows the world. Time for us to summarize the 5 art forms I learned. The first 3 you told me already. The art form of silence, the art form of positive influence, the art of empathy. What are the last 2? Unmute yourself. Talk to me.
Art of adapting.
Art of adapt. Again, the same voice. Okay. Either you love this session so much, or you're the only one who is able to click the unmute button. Okay. The art of adapting. What's the last one?
Knowing
Art of
yourself.
knowing
The art
yourself.
of knowing yourself.
I didn't put all these art forms in a random order, did I? I put them there in this order for a reason. Because ultimately, you learn the art of speaking. Speaking to the heart, speaking to someone else and touching their, reaching out and touching them, being able to realize the world is with you when you speak. Remember, what you got here will get you there. Marshall Goldsmith said, what got you here won't get you there, but here, what you get here will take you where you want to go. Thank you so much for having me here today. I thoroughly enjoyed speaking to you. Someday soon, I hope we meet. Back to you, Mohan.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Raghavan. I have to accept it. It has always been a pleasure listening to Raghavan. This is not the first time I'm listening to Raghavan, so I'm sure the attendees would have loved your session and your the takeaways that they have from here. Speak. I'm sure we have the challenge of having the mute and then unmute and speak. But just want to reiterate what Raghavan said: silence, positive influence, art of empathy, art of adapting, and art of knowing yourself. There's one thing that I always say: people, the other Toastmasters would have listened to me, saying this. Let's do what we do and do a lot of it. And Raghavan is one such person I've seen doing that. You didn't hear a introduction like Raghavan's for us, right? Division champion, district champion, humorous, evaluation, international speech contest. He loves doing what he does, and he again and again does that. So kudos and thank you so much, Raghavan, for that brilliant session. I'm sure all of us in this meeting, definitely had a takeaways, even if we had listened, to you for the end session. So thank you. Uh, Thank you for your time. Uh, yeah. So, folks, now let's get into the next segment. I don't know if you remember, I was talking about a most funful session. It's called the table topics segment. So that's our next segment. So, what is table topics? To explain that, we have a person here who's calm and silent. At least that's how I've seen him. Yeah. So he works for BNY, Bank of New York Mellon, which is located in Chennai, DLF campus. He is currently serving as Area A1 Director at Division A Toastmasters. Folks, let's click the clap icon and on Zoom and welcome Toastmaster Vicky Gopalani, the table topic master for the day. Vicky, the spotlight is on you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Mohan. Quick video and audio check, please.
All good, Vicky.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmasters Mohan. Although it is not my responsibility or my job to talk about the session which was just delivered by DTM, but I try to deliver the session in a way confounded, dazed, and so many. I'm lost of words. As soon as the session started, the mind just focused on the session and just went on and on. And it is not only about communication and Toastmaster. I think DTM Raghavan has given a key to success, and I'm not sure why we haven't heard from him on a forum like that. I think he would be shortly looking forward to deliver his sessions there. It was a wonderful session. Moving on to my responsibility of the day as a table topic master, my road would be to talk about the table topics. So before we get into the actual activity, we will start by understanding what a table topic is. In a corporate environment, it can happen at any time that all of a sudden my manager asks, what is the status of the XYZ project? I might not have the entire project status right in front of me or in my hands. What do I do? And a meeting won't give us more than 2 to 3 minutes to describe what is happening. Or in an interview, I get to ask a question which I've never prepared for or not heard before. What do I do? I have to quickly land on my feet and come out of that fight and flight mode or a freeze mode and try to adapt to the situation, as DTM Raghavan say, and then try to answer that question within 2 to 3 minutes. At least try to gather my thoughts and provide a response to the situation or the question asked. That is what is taught by the table topics. So the activity is fairly simple. As a table topic master, I will request for a volunteer. It will be one of us from the meeting. Once the volunteer volunteers, then I will give a topic. I will just say the topic and the name of the speaker name and the topic. And the total time for table topics is minimum 1 minute. A speaker should try and speak for at least 1 minute. You will see a green signal at 1 minute, as our dear timer said. And at 1 minute 30 seconds, you will see a yellow slide. And at 2 minutes, you will see a red slide. And 2:30 is the maximum time you should speak for, because in table topic contest, beyond that, you get disqualified. So the process is fairly simple, but then this really tests our ability of quick thinking and provide a response to that question. Now, let me not take much more time into talking about it, and let's do a quick demo of how it works. I have a couple of topics right in front of me, which I have prepared for you. Now, I would like to request for a volunteer. So just unmute yourself, say your name, and then I'll speak. I'll say the topic. Quick request, just unmute yourself and say the name, and then we'll start with the topic. May I have a volunteer from the existing Toastmasters, seniors, or so that at least we can demonstrate how it is done?
So I would like to go ahead.
May I know your name, please?
I am Abhishek Chaudhary.
Hi, Abhishek. Yeah, thank you. It would be nice to listen to you again. So it seems like you can do a fair job. So let me give you a bit of a tough one. You are caught sleep.
So you're on mute. Sorry, you're on mute.
You got on mute.
Sorry, am I audible now, Abhishek?
Yes, sir, you're completely audible.
All right. So now you have a situation to describe about. You are caught sleeping in a meeting which was supposed to decide your promotion, Abhishek. Abhishek, you are caught sleeping in a meeting which was supposed to decide your promotion. Your time starts now.
I was preparing and toiling and burning down a midnight oil for a project which decided my future. I stood up till 4 a.m. in the morning completing a project and had to rush back to campus at 8 a.m. In the class, while giving the review and waiting for my turn, I fell asleep. I was in my dreams, seeing that my faculty was applauding me about the project which I did and acknowledging me and telling each and everyone to get inspired by the amount of hard work I gave to the project. Because I really worked and told the best of what I could do. But then I could hear tap. And out of shock, I woke up and I see that my faculty is telling me, you will be awarded 5 marks less for that project. Hearing this, the dreams which I was dreaming about shattered into small, small pieces. Toastmasters and all the fellow guests and future leaders, if you have a vision and a dream set in your mind, don't let that dream ever make you sleep. Because Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam rightly said, it's not the dreams. It's not the sleep. It's not dreams are not the things which you sleep during the sleep. They are the ones which doesn't let you sleep. Whether it's in college or whether it is in an office, both are analogous. Don't you agree to be table topics master? Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters, Abhishek. So may I now request for another volunteer?
A volunteer from VIT Chennai. please raise your hand. In case if you have trouble unmuting yourself, please raise your hand, the virtual hand, of course, and we'll help you, get unmuted. Okay, Sarvesh. Yes, Sarvesh. I saw you going unmute. Yes, sir. You can. Sarvesh, can you?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you.
Yeah. Over to you, Vicky.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmasters Mohan. Thank you, Sarvesh, for volunteering. Now, do you like a sport? Which sport do you like? That's not the table topic. That's just a question.
Okay, so I like football.
Okay. So your topic is you took a sick leave from your class to watch the game and you find your faculty sitting next to you in the game. Sarvesh. Sarvesh, you took a sick leave to watch a game, and then when you're watching the game, you find your faculty sitting next to you. Over to you.
Okay. So, like, should I explain the scenario, like how he did?
How will you manage the situation? Yeah. What would you do next?
Yeah. And
Okay.
Sarvesh, do you want to come on a video because your friends are going to watch this recording later? So yeah, just want to make sure. I mean,
There's actually a problem with my camera. There is a problem.
no worries. Yeah.
So, I was on a sick leave on the day when I thought of going to my favorite team playing in the stadium out of excitement. While I was seeing the famous game played by my favorite players, I saw my teacher, who's supposed to be teaching us in the college, sitting beside me, enjoying the game along with me. So this gave a sudden shock and turned me down. Actually, I thought of eliminating myself from the game or something like that. But then I realized, out of the excitement, he himself, the faculty himself, forgot me, like how I did. So the game went on. We didn't see each other. We didn't notice each other. And at last, the game ended. Thank God I didn't get caught. So
that was wonderful. That was well handled. Okay, so after listening to Sarvesh, may I have another volunteer, please?
I see Pallavi raising her hand while I lower hand and unmute Pallavi. Just a minute. Yeah, okay. Pallavi, you're unmuted. Yes.
Yeah. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pallavi. So the topic for you, describe your life if you were a mirror. Pallavi. Pallavi, describe your life if you were a mirror. Over to you.
Hey, look at you. You look really good today. What are you going for? Is it a party? Or are you going for a meeting? But whatever it is, I hope you do well. Wait, where are you going? Oh, you're leaving? Okay, bye. Oh, you're a new person. I don't know who you are, but okay, hi. You look nice too. I hope you achieve whatever you want to do today, and I give you all the very best of mine. Now, if I was really a mirror, then this is the kind of voice I would install in it, because I would want to be the kind of person always encouraging someone. Imagine you are looking at yourself in a mirror. Would you look at the flaws in yourself? Or would you look at yourself and think what is good in it? Would you look at yourself and say, oh, you're looking good today? Or would you say, oh, my hair doesn't look good today? Rather than looking at the flaws, maybe it's better that you look at yourself and find out what is good in yourself. Because that one small point can make your life much better. So if I were to describe my life as a mirror, that is exactly what I would do. I would appreciate you in every way possible, because that is how life can become very much better. Over to the table topic master.
Thank you, Toastmasters Pallavi. That was wonderful. This is one of the most unique response I've got for this question. So very well done. Okay, so now when we have enjoyed the response from Pallavi and we have seen what a mirror can do for us, may I request for another volunteer? And this could be our last question for this session. So yeah, one more, please. Okay. Toastmasters Mohan, could you please help me with somebody raising hand, unmuting themselves? I think you caught them off guard, all of them. Then you caught.
Raise your hand. One of the tip is you don't have to talk for the topic. You can talk against the topic and make it fun. So it's just about speaking here, nothing else. You can talk totally against topic or totally irrelevant of the topic. So yes. One final volunteer. You heard Sarvesh and Pallavi speak. It was fun, right? So let's see who is the final volunteer. If not, should we ask Jayanti ma'am to pick one?
Yeah, that would be good.
Sir, really, they are all from different streams, so I could not know each other. That's the problem. Otherwise, I could have been helped you in this regard. You don't want to ask me at all. Let me go ahead with some PhD student was there. Let me ask him. 1 second, sir.
This is your platform to fail, guys. You fail faster. This is the place where you can learn. You heard Raghavan speak. You heard me saying, you becoming a better speaker, better communicator, better leader. This is your platform to do that.
Most importantly, this is the platform to fail safe. If you fail here, we will help you, hold you from that place and take you to a better place tomorrow. So please come forward, use this opportunity. It's just because I used this opportunity on one particular day. Today I'm standing here. So please feel free, take it. You're in a very safe place.
Manasi Gupta, are you ready?
Ma'am, I was out, so I can't turn on my video.
That's okay.
They're asking only the scenario and explain the scenario. Can you do that?
Sure, I can do that, but I won't be able to turn on my video if that's
No.
fine.
Is it okay, sir?
Yeah, that's totally fine. That's totally fine.
Okay, ma. Sure. Manasi, you can start. So you can give the scenario to her, sir.
Sure. So, if you like to travel, then this question might interest you. If you could fly in a hot air balloon over any city in the world, what city would you choose, Manasi? If you could fly over in a hot air balloon over any city in the world, what city would you choose and why?
As a child, the only thought that would always excite me the most were the mountain peaks. Now, when we grow up, we always want that we always achieve what we dream for. And as a kid, that is something that would always excite me. But the fear of heights was something that would always stop me from achieving it. I was a person who was really scared of the tallest buildings or to even climb up at the tallest floor of a building. But how do I do that if I want to see the mountain peaks? Well, I realized that I don't actually need to do that if I'm flying in a hot air balloon. And that is something that made me realize that all we need to do is sometimes find a new perspective. So the city that I would like to travel would probably that of Shimla, where I could see the mountain peaks. That would remind me that even if I'm scared to achieve a dream, I can maybe just try a different approach. What would you do, table topic master?
I would call you and take some tips from you. Thank you for that. So that that concludes. You actually put me on a spotlight all of a sudden, so I had to come back with the response. So you did a good job. Probably you can be the good table topic master. So thank you very much for all the volunteers to participate. This is how it is always fun-filled session, and it doesn't have an evaluation. So you enjoy that, and then you just move on. Thank you everyone for participating, for having such a wonderful meeting and inviting me to be part of it. And over to you, Timuri, for the day. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vicky, for that wonderful and fun-filled table topic session. As I mentioned, it's always fun. I'm sure for a lot of you, it's new, first time. I'm sure you're going to get there and speak in front of an audience. Eventually, yes, we will do that. Yes. So now getting into the last segment, but the important, as I said, it's we call it the heart of Toastmasters, the evaluation session segment. So to do this evaluation session, I would call the general evaluator, Toastmaster Shweta. Over to you.
Thank you so much, DTM Mohan Krishnan. So without any further ado, let's start off. First off, we'll have an individual evaluation for our speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek. So I would like to call upon distinguished Toastmaster Vidya. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sharada. To my target speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek. The essential joy of being with us is that it brings us in contact with rare elements of grace, beauty, spirit, and fire. You know why? The horse loves freedom to express itself. And the rarest old horse will roll on floor and break to gallop when you turn it loose. I think you have learned all the basic skills required to become a Power B speaker on stage today. That is what I actually saw today on stage. But you are entering into the learning of one another most important aspect of the speech, body language, which happens always on stage and signals the speaker to foster and boost the moral to listen to what we are speaking on stage. I think you have done that pretty well today, and I'm going to summarize you what are the things that comes as a natural strength for you and what could have been a little dealt better. The first strength that I saw in you was you had an excellent eye contact, because one of the most important tip that people forget in today's virtual world is that the audience is not the actual audience, but it's actually the camera. And you rightly faced the camera to look at the audience as if you are really looking at them, and you delivered your complete speech. Kudos to you. It was an excellent way of having eye contact, gesture, and postures. And as I already said, the speech was completely coherent. The speech was arranged in such a manner that it was something like talk and feel. You talked and I felt. So that happened very nicely. And the whole speech was accompanied by the body language that you used, which worked well to certain level. But if you ask me what are the things that I have to improve, there are a few recommendations that I would like to give to you. First, most important thing is emotion of a speech. Resurface few emotions that you had in your speech is what I would say, especially during the turning point when you told that the boy it was no more in the world. It's very important to be more empathetical, but I felt it was a little emotive, which could have been avoided and made a little of empathetic. So that is something which you can try to bring out. Bringing out acting on stage does not always means that we have to emote each and every situation that we have. We can also be silent using passes, phrases, and something like to express our deepest of feeling to the audience. So that is something which you can work out. Number two, I would say that there is always one part of body language which people miss when they're doing it on stage. It is called as head motion, and especially this is used as a sign based on agreement from the speaker. Since you at any point in time you didn't have the speakers audience involved as speakers in the speech, you didn't have an opportunity to involve them at all. So I would recommend you to involve the speakers in the speech and use your head motions to bring them in alignment. When I say this, you nod your head and it becomes an alignment to me. So always try this when you're using your body language. So this is going to add and take your script to the next level to get agreement from the speaker. So these are the few points that I would like to give to you as a tips. And to summarize, as I said, I saw an horse galloping today nicely on the stage with grace, beauty, and spirit. I would recommend you to just fine tune that energy level and try to be watchful about the audience around you and add few more emotional aspects of your movements. So with that said, I would like to hand over the evaluation back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, DTM Vidya. Let's move on to our tag team reports, which are the timer, our counter, and grammarian. So first off, calling the timer for today, Toastmaster Pradeep. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shraddha. For the prepared speech, Toastmaster Abhishek took 6 minutes 43 seconds. For the DTM Raghavan sir speech, it's 16 minutes 58 seconds. For the table topics, Toastmaster Abhishek took 1 minute 31 seconds. Toastmaster Sarvesh Subhash took 1 minute and 1 second. Toastmaster Pallavi took 1 minute and 30 seconds. Toastmaster Manasi Gupta took 1 minute. Evaluator for Toastmaster Abhishek, Toastmaster Vidya, took 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pradeep. Next up, we have the R counter, Toastmaster Paushali. Over to you.
I'm really impressed by the confidence of the speakers in this session. So the people with 0 R counts were Toastmaster Pallavi and Toastmaster Mansi. Congratulations on that. People with 0 to 5 R counts were Toastmaster Abhishek and Distinguished Toastmaster Vidya. And the people with 5 to 10 R counts were Sarvesh. So a general suggestion that I have for everyone is that if you feel that you're running out of ideas or you're forgetting your speech, what I would suggest is that calm down for a moment, organize your thoughts, then go ahead with your topic. That is everything I had to say, handing it over to the GE.
Thank you so much for that report, Toastmaster Paushali. And last up, we have the grammarian for today, Toastmaster Priya. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So before proceeding to the report, let me ensure if I'm audible and visible.
Yes, you are.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So to begin with the report, I appreciate Toastmaster Abhishek for using the word of the day, inception, in some of the impressive usages of the language, where the art of silence catapults you forward, which was used by DTM Raghavan Sridhar and few other new words as well. So some suggestions for improvements or corrections which I would like to suggest is Toastmaster Abhishek, while you were presenting your prepared speech, when you spoke about speaker Nick Vujicic, you pronounced his surname incorrectly. So the right pronunciation is Nick Vujicic. And you said, what happened? I don't know, when you were narrating a story. So it was supposed to be, what happened? I didn't know. While presenting your TT speech, I am waiting for my turn. It was supposed to be, I was waiting for my turn. DTM Raghavan Sridhar, while concluding your keynote session, You said times for us to summarize. It was supposed to be time for us to summarize. And DTM Mohan, all of us had our takeaways in this session. It was supposed to be all of us had takeaways in the session, or the article should have been neglected. And Toastmaster Vicky, I'm lost of words. It was supposed to be I'm lost for words. And Toastmaster Pallavi, while presenting your table topic speech, you said, look at you. It was supposed to be look at yourself. And that's it from my side. Back to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Priya. I shall now begin with my general evaluator report, and I'm going to try to keep this as short as possible. Overall, we had a really great session today, and I would like to thank all the guests and students from VIT Chennai who stayed till the end of the session. It means a lot to us. The TMOD for today, DTM Mohan Krishnan, put up a great show. He made sure he explained all the roles and the segments of the session, which really helped us all understand what we were doing and how exactly a Toastmaster session works. Following this, we had the tag team, all of whom had a really great introduction with proper explanation of their roles and why they're required in a Toastmaster session. All of them also made sure they had compact yet detailed reports that can help the role players in their future roles. Toastmaster Abhishek, you had a really great and patriotic speech today, and I would like to congratulate you on giving such a great speech and fulfilling your objectives. And his evaluator, DTM Vidya, again had a great evaluation. She had a beautiful analogy in her evaluation, and she made sure she explained each point in detail. And I would also like to commend her on the beautiful recommendations and the unique recommendations she gave to her speaker, which I'm sure will help him in the future. We also had an amazing educational session by DTM Raghavan Sridhar, and I'm sure all of us will understand the impact of speaking that can have in our lives, especially as college students in this pandemic. Following this, in the TTM segment, again, Toastmaster Vicky had an amazing session planned, and I would especially like to thank Toastmaster Abhishek, Sarvesh, Toastmaster Pallavi, and Toastmaster Mansi for volunteering and taking part and helping us sort of conduct the TTM session. And I hope all of you understood the importance of impromptu speaking. So all in all, I hope with the inception of this session, all of you will sort of enjoy what we did here today and we look forward to having many more sessions and having the inception of a Toastmasters Club in VIT Chennai soon. All the best to everyone. That's all from my side. Over to the TMOD.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Shraddha, for that detailed General Evaluator report. Thank you, tag team, for that report. I'm sure all the speakers got their inputs from the report. Now we are almost at the end of the session, and before I proceed, for all of you in this chat room or the meeting room, I've dropped a link in the chat where you could vote for the best speaker, or rather, there's only one speaker today. So best role player, best tag role player. Tag is again timer, R counter, and grammarian, and best table topic speaker. So let's see, who we all think the best is. Let's vote for it. And so you could have seen Jayanti ma'am sending a WhatsApp link. So if you're interested to join the Toastmasters Club, please do click on that WhatsApp, and we all can take this further. That, I'm sure all of you kind of listened, witnessed, how a meeting happens, how a Toastmaster meeting happens. Why did we do it? So from next meeting, yes, whenever that's going to happen, we will talk with the coordinators. Almost all of the roles you will be doing from the next meeting. So I'm sure you kind of witnessed what each role player did. So feel free to nominate yourself for the roles. You could be a Toastmaster of the day. If you think speaking is difficult, you could be the table talk master. So you can ask questions but not answer. So yeah, and yeah, timer, R counter, grammarian. We have a set of scripts available, so do not hesitate to pick up roles. You could do that yourself next meeting. We will discuss further in the WhatsApp chat. Me, Vidya, and all of us here are here to guide you. Now I'll just open the floor for feedback. What do you guys think? This is a brilliant session, cool session. You do not like it? Let's see what you guys think. Raise your hand, unmute.
This is Sanjit Ram, sir. I am a first year student of VIT Chennai. Can I continue?
Hi, Sanjay.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
So, good evening to everyone. First of all, this is a Friday evening, so I hope your weekend is very special. And yeah, this is my first Toastmasters session, and I came to know about Toastmaster only yesterday. I received a mail from BIT, so and I was going through the mail and I was attracted by the fact that they are very much involved in converting each and every student into a great person. So that's what I would like to congratulate, and I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks to all of you. And coming to the session today, I felt this was a very entertaining session, and I never felt that 1.5 hours it flew away. I didn't know what was the time, and each and every part of it I was loving. And there's one thing I would like to tell. All the evaluators, they have done a great job, because they have it's not about pinpointing a person's mistake and hurting their feelings, but they're feeling that each and every person must be at their great potential. They must utilize their great potential. So they have taken out time from their busy schedule, and they have done this great effort. So congratulations to all, and I am hoping this will be a great evening for you, and all the best. I'm looking forward to attend more sessions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sanjit. It was
Thank you, Sanjit. Looking forward to see you as a member of the club, hosting as Toastmaster one day.
Sure. No.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, okay. Thanks.
Asna is raising the hand. Maybe we should ask him to speak.
Yes.
Greetings, everybody. I'm Ashna Hussain, a VIT student. I'm a fresher from BTech Mechanical branch. I'm indeed very happy and excited, especially about the Toastmasters. My mother is a teacher. I studied in Muscat, so she had the opportunity to be there in the Toastmasters. So I was so jealous. Actually, her growth was so much that she couldn't speak on a public platform. Now it is like she can speak everywhere whatever she's confident, actually. So I was so much jealous that I was not given an opportunity to participate. It was only for the teachers. So right now I'm very happy and indeed excited to be part of this Toastmasters club. I expect a lot of things from this Toastmasters club, and indeed today's session was so fabulous and vibrant. I indeed loved it. That's what I can say. Thank you VIT, and thank you Toastmasters for providing me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashna. As you said, if you think this is fabulous, once you guys start doing it, you can do wonders to it. You know, it's all about improvising and enhancing stuff. Yeah, so we just did a minimal kind of, we call it MVP in corporates. Yeah, you can do wonders, with the flow. Thank you, Ashna, once again. I see quite a few hands going up. Yeah, Gia, I'm going to. Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, Egya.
And one other thing,
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, but not visible. If you want to come on a video, because your friends are going to see this video recorded. So this goes for all of you that's going to speak.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Egyan Aranan from VIT Chennai campus. I'm a fresher of electrical engineering department. This session was really amazing, and it was motivating for beginners like me. In today's world, communication skills and public speaking skills are most important for the self development of each individual. So this platform is very good for beginners and students to improve their communication skills and public speaking skills. And here, the one thing which I like is they point out all the mistakes, and they give an opportunity to correct it next time and not to repeat the same mistake. And mistakes are appreciable here, so I like that concept here. So Thank you for organizing such a wonderful meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Igya. So, Igya, just wanted to add one information. I was part of VIT. I was passed out in 2003. At that time, we didn't have a Toastmaster forum in VIT. Your management is actually giving you a wonderful opportunity, giving you exposure to all this kind of clubs at early age in your career, I would say. Please use this opportunity to the fullest and try to enroll and become come out with flying colors, because if I had this opportunity earlier in 2003, today I always envy people who are in VIT today experiencing so many clubs having fun learning. Maybe I don't want you to miss that out. So please use the opportunity which your management is giving. They had been tremendously supportive to this initiative. So please use this. And as ma'am said, she will be sharing you the enrollment link. Use that link and enroll. You will also get to know about all the details of the commercials in the link. So if you have any queries, ma'am has also been very generous to put a WhatsApp group for us to communicate. You can use that group to ask us any question anytime. It comes in a very famous movie, Ni Dasa illa Ladula Buddhasa. That kind of questions are also welcome. In midnights, we'll be ready to answer to you as a Toastmasters, taking it as a table topic question. So please feel free to speak to us. The more you speak to us, we'll be able to give you lots and lots of hints to get this going more successfully with a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Sure, ma'am. When you are ready to help us, we're also ready to participate and improve ourselves. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Yangya.
Thank you, Ignarayan. One other thing I just want to add to Vidya. If you're not aware, for this goes to all of them in the meeting, right? Uh, it all started with one. VIT Velu campus just started with one. If you're not aware, today they have 10 clubs. 10 clubs, 300 people. So if we're starting the first club here, VIT Chennai, you're all going to be the first of it. So remember that. Yeah, so that's what I want to add. Yeah, and thank you, Vidya, for those insights. I see Priya Darshni raising her hand while she unmutes herself. Priya, yes. One other thing I want to, Priya.
Yeah, good evening to one and all. I'm Priyadashini doing my PhD. It has been a very long wait for me to know about Toastmaster and join in it. Before doing PhD, I was working in TCS, and one of my relative were also into Toastmaster. I could see a very good potential growth in him, and I was just waiting for the chance. And as soon as I heard about it, I felt really very good. And today's session was also very nice. One query I have is like, how would the learning path be? Is it like two questions? One is like, will there be weekly meetings? And another thing is like, how do we choose the learning path, and what would be the process in it? Is it like we have to go through videos and prepare ourselves from it? How is it?
And you want to go with it, or I'll take it?
Yeah, I mean, you can. I'll just start. You can add to it, Vidya. So yes, Priya, it will be weekly meetings unless we want to do bi-weekly. But for the commercials that we pay, I would probably think we have to do it weekly. The more often we meet, the more we learn, right? So that's for your first question. The second questions, you did hear Raghavan talk about pathways. Uh, we will have a separate session for that, explaining what the educational academic part of Toastmasters is. It's called the Pathways Learning Experience. It has 11 different paths, something like dynamic leadership, persuasive influence, presentation mastery. All you have to do is there's a set of 32 questions or 34 questions, and you answer those questions, and the system is going to recommend you 3 paths based on your answers. So you can choose one from those 3. That's, I just want to keep it simple as of now. But there's 11 paths to choose from, and there are over 300 competencies to learn from. It's huge, guest, and there is no other program that does this except for Toastmasters. Does that have answer your question, Priya? I'll let Vidya add if I miss something.
Right. So, like what Mohan was saying, the beauty of Toastmasters lies in it puts you outside the world, like I would say, like real life scenario where you have to swim and learn. No book can teach that. As you were asking, should I watch the video and learn? Not necessarily just the video. You can just watch a guy who's standing next to you, doing MC on the stage fantabulously, and like you can learn from him. You can learn from a person who's giving a fantastic evaluation. And most important aspect of Toastmasters is you can learn from the mistakes of others. You not have to repeat the same mistake to go ahead and get it, get that kind of experience once again. So this is a very practical way of learning, I would say. And it comes naturally to us. Like we even don't realize that we have acquired those 300 sets of skills. I would say a person would be acquiring all the sets of 300 skills, but then they would acquire few skills which are essential for them to become more successful. So it comes naturally to us, and we don't even realize that we have acquired those kind of skills. Tryout is what I would say. The moment you try out, I'm sure you will become the ambassador for this program like us, and you will be going and speaking about this program to your friends, calling out them to join this club to have fun together. Because that is what I did. I brought my community into this club, and today I'm enjoying because I have the company of spending time with my friends in a good old way, fashioned way of speaking with people and enjoying with people, as well as learning using this opportunity. So you not have to worry about this is going to be more structured way of learning, but then it's going to be more test the water kind of learning is what you're going to get.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll be a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. I see Swati raising her hand, and yes, Swati, go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible, sir?
You are. Swati, go ahead.
Swati?
Sir, just a quick doubt, sir. Nothing very big. Sir, for me, even in schools with prepared speeches, I was very good with them. But when it comes to extempore, or when they suddenly, like the table topics, when they suddenly give you a topic and like hardly any time to prepare, I'm like very scared. And even today, when sir, said that this, like, any volunteers or something like that, my hands were literally shivering, and I really wanted to like open the, like unmute myself and volunteer. But then there was just so much hesitation and self-doubt, like, what if I mess it up? So how do I overcome this hesitation and self-doubt, sir? How do you like,
Yeah.
that's my question,
Feel
sir.
free to add on Vidya or anyone, any other Toastmasters here. See, I mean, we've all been there, right? All of us started like that. Someone pushed us into this. As I said, this is your platform to fail, Swati. If you're not failing in front of your friends, imagine if you're not going to try this out in front of your friends. It's the same thing that's going to happen tomorrow when you join a company. We don't want that to happen, right? So this is a separate session by itself, right? We can bring in an educational speaker talking about how to do a table topics or impromptu speech in your college, in your office, or wherever I mean, in the future, or now it's a separate session, 30 minutes, 15-minute session. But I would say get out there. They say this, right? Get out of your comfort zone. I think that's the one-line answer to that. This is the platform for you to fail, and no one, as someone mentioned, you would have seen no one would have called out mistakes or anything. It's called, we call it constructive feedback, so that no one is going to, just to be on a funnier side, no one is going to say, you know what, Sweetie, what you spoke was very bad. No one, you will never hear a Toastmaster say that. So we are here to give constructive feedback. And one of the thing is, when you give a speech or a table topic or whatever, you're going to get evaluated by your own peer, your own classmate, or tomorrow you're going to continue in your office, with Toastmasters. It's going to be your own colleague. So it is the platform for you to fail, is what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Swati, just to quickly add on to what Mohan said, I went and stood in my first table topic session without not being able to utter even a single word. The beauty of Toastmaster is it gets you the emotion, it gets you to understand the emotion. The moment I went and stood there, when I was not able to answer even a single question, I was kind of thinking, why did I go and stand there? What was the inner dialogue that I was having in my mind? And what blocked me from not being a performer on a stage? And of course, there are people like mentors, and of course, people like Mohan, who are taking up district roles, are going to help you out understand these emotions better, and they'll be able to give you the required courage to speak on stage as you travel in this journey for quite some time. So maybe we can discuss this offline if you'd like to take and discuss it. So hope this basic information helped you at this point in time.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, sir and ma'am. Thank you. I hope if I join Toastmasters, I'll be able to come over the fear of attending extempore sessions and tabletops.
Definitely, definitely. Believe me, it had happened to me. If it had happened to me, it will also happen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, folks did vote for the best speaker, best float
Yeah, I
player.
have given the feedback.
I want to call out who won the best, so the best role player award goes to our general evaluator, Shraddha. So congratulations, Shraddha. Good job.
Shraddha. Okay, okay.
The best tag role player award goes to Paushali, who played the R counter. Congratulations.
Okay.
The best table topic speaker award goes to Pallavi. So congratulations to all the winners. So with that, I call this meeting a close. Meeting adjourned.
Thank you,
you.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you all. See you all in one another club meeting. Bye. Take care.